If there is one thing that guys love almost as much as they love a vagina, it's boobs. Throughout the centuries, men have praised women's breasts, wanting to look at them, play with them, and suck on them. But as awesome as breasts are for both the person playing with them and the person they're attached to, sometimes breast owners really wish they had a user manual so they could teach their lovers how to suck boobs the right way. After all, if done just so, it is entirely possible for women, and men, to have nipple orgasms. To satisfy your curiosity on how to pleasure a woman using her breasts and nipples, stay with us until the end of this video as we unveil the tips. Here are some tips for men on how to suck a woman's nipples and play with her breasts to turn her on. Number 1, make sure the woman in question likes having her boobs sucked or played with. Some women really aren't sensitive there at all, so don't get upset if she doesn't moan. It's sad but true that some women just don't have sensitive nipples, and others truly dislike the feeling of having theirs played with. You can suck on them all you want if she gives you consent, but you'll never really blow her mind no matter what you do if the nipple play just doesn't get her aroused. Number 2, keep in mind that the size of her breasts has nothing to do with her pleasure. The size of a woman's breasts does not influence how sensitive her breasts or nipples are. There are some flat-chested women who really prefer getting their boobs sucked more than receiving oral sex. There are large-chested women out there who are very meh about anything involving their breasts. Number 3, pay attention to the way she touches herself. A good way to tell if and how she wants you to play with her boobs is by watching to see if and how she puts her or your hands on them. If she's trying to seduce you and if she does this, chances are she wants you to play with her breasts a bit. She probably wants you to suck on them too. Don't go off track and start playing with a different body part she's not trying to call your attention to. Don't limit yourself to playing with her nipples. Depending on the woman, the entire area around her breasts can be pretty sensitive. Focusing on the nipples may not do much for some women when you're ignoring the rest of a fairly large erogenous zone. Number 5, don't get aggressive unless she asks you to. Please don't assume a woman wants you to create a vacuum seal on her nipples. Getting too aggressive often just makes the entire experience painful. Number 6, do not bite her nipples or breasts unless she tells you it's okay. Some women love a little biting, some love a lot of biting, and some don't like any biting or nibbling at all. It's an entire spectrum, and that means that it's best to be careful until you actually learn a bit about the boobs you're touching. If you aren't sure how rough or gentle you should ask her. Number 7, don't get too focused on whether or not her nipples are erect. Nipples have a mind of their own if you're sucking on them and they don't get erect. Please don't think she's not having fun. A woman really can't control what her nipples do. Much like your penis, nipples don't always do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it.